Hello, everybody. Welcome back to
AWIG.
a, a week in gaming. You say you want me to do the intro, but then you interrupt. That's rude.
All right, sorry. Hold. Okay, all right. You go. You go.
I'm gonna try it again.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. I'm gonna hold myself back. All right.
Mute
Three.
yourself. Mute yourself.
No, I'm not gonna mute myself. I'm just gonna count you in. Three, two, one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a week in gaming. I'm your host, James Keith, and with me, as always, my co-host.
Rowan Clancy. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
All right, I'm glad we were able to actually get that intro without you interjecting yourself.
I was. I was holding myself back so much. I was.
I feel like that's gonna
I
have to happen
almost.
for every single intro I do. Is you're just gonna have to be held back with a ball and gag.
Oh God! Wait, balling gag?
Yeah,
Wait,
ball and gag.
ball gag. There's no and. There's no and in between the two.
Oh, I'm gonna
It's
make an
just a ball
and.
gag.
I'm gonna make it an and with that mouth of yours.
Okay, I would like a drawn picture of what a ball and gag would be.
No.
But okay. Anyways, how's everyone doing? It is currently Friday the 13th. Yeah, Friday the 13th. What's up, Jasons? Everybody named Jason. You
Cue that
got
sound effect.
what's the sound effect?
The Jason Voorhees sound effect.
I don't know that one, but please play it right now. And
Okay.
now.
Just hope we don't get copyright strikes for that.
Yeah, no copyright strikes, please. But
But then again, even if we do get a copyright strike, it's not gonna care. We're not monetized at all right now.
fair enough. Until we are. Friday the 13th, December. We are how many days until Christmas? Yeah, I don't know.
11.
11.
If
11 days.
you count Christmas Eve, 11. If you count Christmas Day, 12.
Okay, 12 days. 12 days. I work on Christmas Eve. Fun.
I don't work on Christmas Eve at all.
Wow, good for you.
And I'm actually gonna go see the new Star Wars on Christmas Eve as well.
Rub it in. Why don't you? All
Okay.
right.
Okay. I don't work on Christmas Eve, and also I go see the new Star Wars.
Okay, I'm gonna get back onto the point. Uh, Yesterday, uh, December 12th. It was a Thursday. The Game Awards happened.
Big day for games all around.
Yeah. I watched it. James.
Are you asking me if I watched it?
Yeah.
I had a pretty shitty day yesterday, so I did not. Not only did I not realize that the Game Awards were airing on that day, but I physically and mentally could not bring myself to watch the Game Awards.
Oh.
Like, that's how shitty I was feeling yesterday. I know. But I'm like one of the many people that didn't watch it, but ended up seeing articles and recaps and all that, so I know what I'm getting into. What we're getting into, anyways.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. I will full disclosure for everyone, real quick. Unlike like a good half. I don't know. I don't know how people feel. I'm scrolling through Twitter. I don't know how people feel about the events of the Game Awards, but yeah, I'm not happy. I don't know how James feels, but I personally am not happy with a lot of things. I'm happy with a couple of other things, but I've got a big glaring thing that I'm not happy about, which we'll talk about later. But
Yes, we will get into that later.
I do have a notebook of a bunch of the stuff that happened.
Okay. Well, I know you're not feeling happy about it. Me, honestly, like I didn't watch it, but even like just reading like recaps and like seeing what won an award and all that.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'd say this was a lackluster kind of game awards because there was definitely a bunch of like eye-turning, head-scratching wins for sure.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's how I felt.
the previous years there has been ones that deserve it, and there's been like maybe one or two head scratchers, but this year there was more like head scratcher award winning games. than most years. So definitely this was kind of one. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad I missed out on this year's Game Awards because I always watch it every year, but this year I didn't.
Well, uh, honestly, didn't miss much. Just just so you're aware, you didn't miss much outside of a couple of game announcements, a couple of game trailers.
We'll get into those.
Exactly. So if you
Wait,
want,
do you
if you
want to
want,
start with game trailers and announcements first, or award?
let's go through game trailers. We'll save the awards for last.
Okay. The
Uh,
game award, the game award winners, shall we say? Those are
yes.
gonna be that's gonna be the spicy bit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna bring some heat from me. Um, right off the top of my head, we'll go through some of the ones that I found entertaining or interesting, to say the least. There is a new game coming from Player Unknown. It's called Prologue, and all that was shown was a very interesting, like 30-second trailer of the like. I don't know if it was gameplay. I don't know if it was just like digital, like in-game engine, like filmography. But whatever it is, I'm intrigued. It's not a PUBG game, but it's made by the same guy, so I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what the team has brought. Let me just quickly look up what it looks like real quick, because I forget already.
And while you're doing
Prologue.
that, oh, I was gonna
Here.
say, while you're doing that, I guess I'll get into one uh, announcement that stuck out to me the most. You already know which one I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
After what happened with Telltale Games and them kind of closing down and then coming back from the dead, we finally got confirmation that, excuse me, that The Wolf Among Us 2 has gone back into development, which
You got
makes
real
me
choked up.
so happy. What?
You got real choked up there.
I
It's an
know.
emotional time. It's
It
an emotional
is.
time.
It is very emotional. Like I'm crying right now. No, just kidding. I'm actually not. But yes, because actually I can't remember when this was like first revealed. I think it was at a Game Awards last year or maybe an E3. But yeah, when it was first revealed, I was just so ecstatic. But then as soon as Telltale Games closed, that's when I got real sad. But then now they're, back and they announced it again. So at this point, it just feels like they're pulling on the heartstrings. It's like this is a game I've been wanting for so long, and it's just like, please don't get canceled or shut down or anything this time. Like, let it
It's gonna
actually
get
come
delayed.
out.
It's gonna get delayed.
Okay, well, getting delayed is fine, but like a studio shutting down or gaming being canceled, that's what's gonna make me mad.
Oh yeah.
If it just
I
gets
feel like
delayed,
with that announcement from like for the Game Awards, I feel like they have been working on this in secret with like how much they had. Like they had a little bit of Bigby and Snow, a little bit of dialogue from the two of them. So obviously they've brought in the voice actors, they've brought in the animation department, and both of them have been working together. Uh, it, it looks like this is for real. So
well, I
we'll
mean, they
have to
were
wait.
working on it. They were working on it before Telltale got shut down. They never actually disclosed how much work was done on the game. So maybe like they were either starting it up or they were in the process of it, got shut down, and then came back, and then they just basically went full on balls to wall production on it.
I'm excited for it nonetheless.
So am I.
All right. And back to what I was saying earlier about Prologue, I did find an article on IGN. Uh, it is it is created by Player Unknown, and according to the creator Brendan Green, our studio was founded with the goal of exploring, experimenting, and creating new technologies and gameplay experiences. With Prologue, we are taking our first steps toward building new technologies and interactions that will help develop my ideas into reality. And what was shown was not much, honestly. It was just a shot in a forest with some very, very detailed graphics. And it looks interesting, but that's about it. And outside of Player Unknown, some lackluster drops from League of Legends. Anyone a League of Legends fan? Anybody?
Nope, not
Anybody?
me.
I know I've met so many people that are fans of League of Legends, and I feel like I offend them when I'm like, I don't play League of Legends.
Well, I don't
But
play it either, and I don't ever want to start playing it.
it, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The community makes it hard, but nonetheless, there are some people that stand out, diamonds in the rough, if you will. There are two side like story based games coming out, like based on League of Legends. Uh, Convergence. It is a time travel esque game, and then there's the Ruined King. Both of them giving me Diablo vibes. Like, like both games giving me Diablo vibes. So they're separate games from League of Legends, but they have League of Legends characters and it's League of Legends stories.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What have you got? What you got? Follow
Well,
that up.
well, I can follow it up with, I guess you can kind of say either a dual announcement or just one of the bigger ones. Microsoft actually revealed what their next generation Project Scarlet Xbox is going to look like and what it's called.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
The official name is Xbox Series X.
Series X.
Got enough
It
X's
looks,
in the name for you?
yeah, Xbox Triple X.
And
It's not to be confused with pornography. Please don't.
exactly.
Please don't do that.
You want to play some XCloud on your Xbox Series X?
It's still going to have the highest number of Pornhub searches. Wait, no, PlayStation is. PlayStation has more Pornhub searches than
Okay.
Xbox.
Okay, let's
No,
not get
no.
too.
This is fact. This is fact.
I know it's a fact, but let's not get too
Okay, never mind. Okay, back to what.
diverted to it.
All right, back to the Series X. All right.
But they did actually show the console and all that, and it looks not what I expected it to be, because most of the console boxes, like a rectangle that you can face flat down, whereas this new one is basically I wouldn't call it a cylinder, but it's like a rectangle basically facing upwards.
If you don't mind me interjecting here, it looks like a computer tower just shaved in half, like a
Yeah,
mid tower, like cut in half.
yeah, no, you are actually right. I was kind of blanking. You just saved that bit. Thank you very much.
And yeah, no problem.
And they also not only showed off the console, but the new controller with it as well.
Ooh,
And
I
there's nothing
actually
really, yeah,
does it
it's
kind of
nothing
look
really
like
too big. It's just like a redesigned Xbox One controller with a share button, and as well as it looks like it has like the D-pad from the Elite Series controller. I could be wrong about that, but it looks similar to it.
Oh, interesting. It actually does kind of look like the Elite controller D-pad, and yeah, it's got the center share button. Still, it's pretty much an Xbox One controller, just mildly switched up.
I wonder if they're like, because Microsoft has been kind of going like really deep into their whole Xbox One kind of brand and all that. I wonder if like Xbox One controllers will work with the Xbox Series X,
Hmm.
because
Oh, according to this, this is an article that I have discovered on GameSpot.
mhm.
The Spencer,
Phil
Spencer,
Spencer.
yeah, Neil Spencer. He has stated that While the current Xbox One controller fits the majority of hands, according to Microsoft's research, the new design is ever so slightly smaller in subtle ways to increase that coverage from 95% to 98%. So hand to controller coverage. And in terms of cross compatibility, not only will Xbox One controllers work on Series X, but its new controller will also function on Xbox One consoles and on PCs.
That's what I'm talking about.
So they are being more open to like like what's the word? What's the word? Next gen and the backwards
Yeah,
compatibility with their controllers.
they're
And I'm
basically kind of like being more gamer friendly altogether. Because you said that it'll work with the new console, but the old one, and PC as well.
exactly.
So
So
like they're not trying to just like corner a market. They're basically let everyone have in. So that's definitely a great sign from Microsoft. Microsoft's been kind of doing that for the past few years. They've been kind of basically coming out of their shell almost and kind of being more friendly towards
mhm.
gamers and basically not really having much exclusives for their consoles. They're kind of basically going towards a you play how you want to play almost just as long as you play our games like a kind of approach which I really do enjoy.
Yep. And with the Xbox Game Pass, I feel like this is gonna like knock the console war on its heels a little bit, if the console war even exists after this one comes out, and the PlayStation 5 for that matter. Um,
Yeah.
uh, if you are interested in the specs for this next gen console, if you don't mind me cutting in here,
Well,
uh,
I was gonna say that they also showed off a trailer for the follow up to Hellblade, because of
ooh,
course Ninja Theory they or Microsoft bought out Ninja Theory, so unfortunately it seems like I don't know if it's gonna be an Xbox Series X exclusive, but the sequel to Hellblade is gonna be exclusive on or yeah all or yeah, the sequel is in development for Microsoft's next gen, so it is going to be a Series X exclusive. But
I think you're having a stroke there, Bubba.
it felt like it for a second, man. So
You
like,
fully just shut down for a moment there. You were like, all
I'm
right.
back now, but yeah, I couldn't word, I couldn't English.
Okay, so going
So
off of
yes,
what you
now
just said.
back to you before I have another stroke.
All right. So Hellblade sequel is coming out. Yes?
Yes, and it's exclusive to the Series X apparently.
Okay. And are we to assume that Halo Infinite is going to be released at the same time that this thing is? This Xbox Series X.
I think they've stated that they are going to do that, but I wouldn't guarantee it to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, off of that, just a quick rundown of the specs, just to get people hyped. Uh, this Phil Spencer claims that the next gen console will be having 4 times the CPU power relative to the Xbox One X, and uh, is able to render 8K, not just 4K, but 8K on televisions and 120 hertz.
Damn.
So this is going to be more powerful than, well, I mean, not so much more powerful than a PC. I don't think consoles will ever match up to PCs, but
No, they will never do that.
yeah, but it certainly is getting close. Like they are starting to bridge the gap. They're
Yes,
catching up. They're catching
for
up a little bit.
sure. For sure.
Yeah. But whatever game you get to play on an Xbox Series X, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a thing of beauty for sure.
All right. Any other announcements that caught your eye? Because I've got one, and it's just
Um, not really. Like they also announced like Mortal Kombat 11 DLC for that. They announced like when Joker is gonna come out for the game and all that.
yep.
Other than that, nothing really else piqued my interest, to be honest.
All right. Well, I've got 3 real quick ones. Firstly, Green Day. They had a musical performance at the Game Awards. Real awkward, first of all. Like the first song, "Welcome to Paradise," banger of a song. If you've ever heard it, if you have not heard it, go listen to "Welcome to Paradise" by Green Day. It's
It's
classic.
definitely a banger for sure.
Yeah. Pretty much everyone was standing like stick figures. Like not many people were dancing, and I genuinely felt bad. And then
Yeah.
once the first song was done, Billy Joel, he just he comes out and he's like, "Come on, guys, come up, come up. Don't be afraid to come up and dance. I dare you to come up and dance." That's how he worded it, and I was like, "Okay, good. He actually
Yeah, that's good. He's
brought
got to
people
get the crowd moving.
yeah, get the crowd hyped. It's Green Day. What the heck are you guys doing?" But during the second song, uh, they kicked it off, and in the background they had Beat Saber playing on the screens.
Ooh.
And after that song finished, they announced that Beat Saber and Green Day released a like pack that is available now for $12 on the PlayStation Store and PC.
Ooh.
And it comes with 6 songs. And those 6 songs are American Idiot, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Holiday, Minority, Father of All, and Fire Ready Aim. Which I believe 2 of those are new songs, or one of them is a new song. I'm unsure. I haven't heard much of Green Day's new stuff.
I've heard Father of All, but not Ready Set Fire or
Fire Ready Aim.
Fire Ready Aim. Thank you.
No worries. Outside of that, moving quickly through the announcements, Dungeons and Dragons released a game trailer for Dark Alliance, which was a GameCube game. Like there was an old GameCube game, like GameCube somewhere in there, like maybe Sega. I don't know.
Like
But
a game on the GameCube exclusively.
yeah, it
Okay.
was Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, and it is like getting revamped for this next generation of consoles, and it's coming out for PC, PlayStation, Xbox. It looks beautiful. If you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, like I am, go play it. Go check it out. Find it, play it. And finally, the weirdest announcement, and this might tie into the awards. The person that they called on stage to present the game of the year was Vin Diesel.
What?
Yeah, yeah. They called Vin Diesel on stage to present the game of the year. And before they called him on, they released a trailer for a new Fast and Furious game. James, if you have not seen the trailer for Fast and Furious Crossroads,
No, I
go
have
watch
not.
it. Go watch it. It is the jankiest game.
Oh my
Like
god!
it
Like what
hurt.
jankiness that kind of
Oh,
jankiness.
it was painful to watch. Like it looked like it was made for the Xbox, like the first gen Xbox, and they were releasing it now. It's so bad. Oh, like
Oh
I have
man.
this Fast and Furious Crossroads, and big bold letters underlined 3 times janky. That is how I wrote that.
Janky.
Just jank. Oh,
You see, I looked at the like the recap list and all that, but I didn't actually watch any of the trailers to be honest. I was kind of like not really strapped for time, but I was just kind of like, okay, let's just refresh my memory, or let's get it in that way I can be ready for this podcast, basically.
yeah.
But I will definitely watch that trailer after that recommendation
Go
because
watch it.
I love me some jank.
Oh, go watch it. You'll enjoy it, and I'm sure you will let me know. Um, another I guess like quick quick fire. The Apex Christmas event was announced. Hollow Day Bash. Very funny bit by Mirage and the Mirage voice actor. Uh, very good. And they announced Surgeon Simulator 2.
Just to kind of go back on the whole Apex thing, I know we're all about Halo and all that, but we definitely gotta, tackle that Apex,
Apex.
event.
Exactly. We're gonna have
Make
to
a
go
make
into
a
that.
video or two out of it.
For sure. We're definitely gonna be playing some Apex. Uh, the Christmas skins look wicked.
Oh, I know they look sick.
I can't believe Caustic got the Santa skin and Gibby got a Yeti skin, so that's pretty funny. But
Pretty suitable for both of them, if you ask me.
yeah, fair enough. It's just creepy Santa and weird looking Yeti. And anything else here as far as announcements go? Oh yeah, I do have this. Okay, have you seen the Stadia ads that have been popping up on YouTube?
No.
No. Okay. Do
I
you know
have
the
ad blocker, man. I don't fucking see those
I
ads.
have ad blocker too, but I don't have it running on YouTube because I like to see what nonsense that they're pushing. Do you know the comedian Reggie Watts?
Reggie Watts. I'm trying to think. I'm not. No, I don't really remember. I'm not familiar with him right now, but continue on.
Okay. Funny dude, Reggie Watts. He is the, I guess, spokesperson and face for Stadia. Just,
What a horrible job they have.
oh, it's just, they're progressively getting weirder. Like all the
It's
Stadia ads that I have it circled up top, Reggie Watts and Stadia ads. They're just weird. They're just weird enough to catch my attention, and I'm just like, what is going on here?
like not weird as in like cringy or anything, but just weird as like what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, like I'm watching an acid trip, and I'm not even on acid. Like, thanks, thanks for just giving me an acid trip, but not actually giving me acid.
Wow, it's like I'm watching Doctor Strange all over again.
Oh God. Oh, all right. I think that's it. That's it for announcements from me. Unless you have other ones that I didn't cover.
Was the Stadia ads like was it tied to the Game Awards at all, or was it just like something you wanted to point out?
It's just something that I wanted to point out because they did
Okay.
play a couple of ads. They did play a couple of Stadia
Yeah.
ads
Okay.
while they.
Okay. That makes sense then. Yeah. You know what? I'll allow it because yeah, just any reason to dunk on Google Stadia is a good reason to have it in. Boom!
Just got him.
Got him! Boom! Boom!
T-pose for
Boom!
dominance. Just T-pose for dominance.
Oh, every. I'd
We dominate.
T-pose if it means I didn't get a fucking Google Stadia.
Yeah, dominate over the Stadia, please.
God, if I got a Google Stadia for Christmas, I'd fucking cry right in front of my family.
It
Not tears of joy, but tears of sadness.
would be pain.
It
Would
would
be
be,
tears of
because
pain.
yeah, exactly. I'd just be like, why would you spend your money on this? I'm not gonna play it.
I don't want to play a game at 14 frames a second. Please.
With 5 seconds of lag.
I've been there. I've honestly been there. It hurts. It hurts so much.
Any type of lag, especially online game, hurts.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
It hurts the
All
most when
right.
you're playing a fighting game because that's when it counts the most.
Exactly.
That's when you want your internet to work.
I did forget one thing, James. I did forget one thing, and it's
Lay it on
personal favorite for me. Final Fantasy VII Remake, new trailer. They've released a new trailer for it. I'm stoked. I'm stoked as hell for this game.
I'm so glad we are able to get back on track from that tangent.
I had to take the reins. I had to go back on track.
Well, that's awesome.
I'm so hyped.
Yeah. I'm not into Final Fantasy, so that's definitely a you thing for sure.
I would honestly, if Cloud Strafe was real, I would fight for him. I would die for him. I would have his babies,
If I remember
probably.
right, that's actually like a PS4 exclusive.
It is, and I'm hyped.
But I think
Wait,
I know this is probably gonna be
no,
wrong,
no,
but I think it's a PS4 exclusive at first, but then they're also gonna add it to other like systems later. I think that's what they said.
it's a year. It's a year after release.
Ooh.
It's a big oof, but
So
PlayStation players will have a huge leg up.
they will because they get the game like in 2020, whereas everyone else gets it in 2021.
Yeah,
Like that's a
but
huge gap.
to be fair, the original was a PlayStation exclusive. So
Yeah, until it got ported onto almost every single freaking console you can imagine.
yeah, well, ported and re-released.
Yeah,
Everyone spent
exactly.
money again. So Final Fantasy, good bridge into what I would like to talk about and you would like to talk about. The Game Awards. The
The game
actual
awards.
awards. The
The actual
nominees and
awards part.
the wins. I'm
The wins, the
I need you
snubs.
to take control of how of like where we're going with this because I'm just gonna get angry and I'm gonna start rambling. So, your turn.
Well, we're not gonna list off every single like category because there's too many because we'd be here all day. But we're gonna get the most important ones out of the way.
hmm
Do you want to start off with game of the year or do you want to save that for last?
I've got it open on my computer and I'm actually going from bottom to top. So saving the game of the year to last.
All right, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so some of
I,
these can just be like quickly like banged out almost like for example best VR/AR game.
oh, hold on.
Oh,
Do you want to read off the nominees real quick
um
before the winner, or do you just want to say the winner?
I think we can do the nominees as well because like I said before we're not going to cover every single one, so we'll just kind of
The quick
read off the
ones,
nominees.
like the quick ones, we'll just read off the winner. But the ones that are like interesting, let's read through the nominees.
Well, definitely best VR/AR game. I think it's interesting because for
hmm
that category, the nominees, some of these games they're games I've heard of and ones I've never heard of. Like Asgard's Wrath, never heard of it. Blood and Truth, never heard of it. Beat
hmm
Saber, I know that because I play that
Hell
while
yeah,
hanging out at your house.
yeah.
No Man's Sky, which is kind of surprising because I wouldn't expect that to have VR or anything like that.
hmm
And Trover Saves the Universe, which I have not beaten, but I got through like a quarter of it, and it's funny. It's basically like a different. It's from the creators of Rick and Morty and all that, so
It's
it's
Rick and Morty
basically
humor, pretty much.
exactly, which
Yeah.
I'm into, even though it can be a little childish at times. But
I mean, it's
hey,
Dan
no one's
Harmon.
perfect.
It's Dan Harmon. You
Exactly, it's Dan
gotta
Harmon.
you give him a break. But
Exactly. But
the
the
winner,
winner for that category
shocking no one.
was Beat Saber,
Hell yeah.
which I'm all for because I love Beat Saber, and I think I actually voted for that over
I did too.
Trover.
I did too. Beat Saber is honestly one of the best VR games that I've ever played. So, I mean,
Okay,
it
so
deserves it. It
yeah,
deserves it.
yeah, it definitely like it's an experience for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, if Five Nights at Freddy's VR was on here, I'd vote for it because
I
I
would.
love me some Beat Saber, but that's very good with VR. Like holy shit, that shows you what the true power of VR is.
And it's terrifying.
It
It
is.
still makes me stressed to this day. So, next, do you mind if I read this?
Well, the next category is a strategy game, but we don't really care about strategy games. So
But the winner.
next, What?
The winner was for
Oh,
strategy.
for strategy game was Fire Emblem Three Houses. Haven't played
Excellent.
it. Not a fan of Fire Emblem, so again, like it's just a pass.
Yeah.
But for sports and racing game, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yay. Okay. So I'll go through the nominees because I'm hyped about this. I'm a very big fan of the winner of this category, and let me just read off what was nominated. Dirt Rally 2.0 by Codemasters and Deep Silver. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020 by Konami and PES Productions. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled by Beanox and Activision. F1 2019, another Deep Silver game, and FIFA 20 by EA Sports. And the winner was Crash Team Racing. And
And I
I'm hyped
played
about
none
it.
of those games.
Lovely. I'm going to make you play Crash Team Racing with me one day. I
One day for sure.
I grew up playing Crash Team Racing, and the fact that it was nominated for Sports and Racing, I had to vote for it because it just hits my childhood right in my soul, despite it being like there's microtransactions after the fact. Thanks Activision, you gigantic dickholes. Um, yeah. Outside of that, fantastic racing game. If you like Mario Kart, this is nothing like it, but it's still fun. It's got Mario Kart vibes, but the racing mechanics inside it totally different. Lovely, lovely game. And that's my bit.
All right, sweet.
That was my bit for sports and racing. Moving
Yeah.
on.
Well, like I said before, I haven't played any of those games because I don't really do sports or racing games. But if there's one thing I do enjoy, it's music, and
Hell yeah.
especially video game music. So, if you don't mind, I kind of want to take this next category.
I mean, be my guest. I mean, half
So,
my music library on my phone is video game music, and I'm sure that yours is like a quarter, like three
yeah,
quarters.
mine is a quarter. I don't really have like too much because there's only like certain video game soundtracks that I can actually listen to, like without getting bored of it or anything like that. Like, we
Fair,
won't get into it right now.
fair.
But for best score in music, we have Cadence of Hyrule, which I have not played. I'm not really into Zelda or that type of game. Devil May Cry 5, which I totally agree. Death
I agree.
Stranding. So I think Death Stranding was in there solely because it actually had licensed music and all that. So that's definitely something that it deserves for sure.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts 3, which I haven't played. I'm not into Kingdom Hearts.
it's pretty good. Like the soundtrack in it, pretty good.
I'm probably gonna butcher this next name, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Sayonara Wild
Say,
Hearts?
Sayonara.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. I know English. I can
Good.
speak it.
Yeah.
Clearly I can't read it though. But the winner for that category,
Oh, drum roll, please.
Death Stranding.
Oof.
I personally would have wanted the Devil May Cry 5, but you can't always get what you want.
That's fair.
But still, if you ask me, Death Stranding definitely deserves it, even though it's kind of split people, like fans and critics all in half. I haven't played the game myself, but I've watched some videos of it. It's definitely an experience for sure. Like it's a Kojima game for sure, but
Yep.
it's polarizing for sure. Like that's one way I'd describe Death Stranding as polarizing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't give you like a lot of answers, or it kind of gives you like half and half, but it still leaves some to mystery, and it's just a bizarre game for sure, but definitely intriguing. I think when it comes to PC next year, I might buy it and give it a whirl myself.
Nice.
All right. So the
Next.
next category we have is best role-playing game. Now, I don't really play too many role-playing games,
But I do.
but you do. So, this one's for you, boy.
All right, I'll fire through this real quick. The nominees were Final Fantasy XIV, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3, Disco Elysium, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds. Now, personally, I would have expected it to come down to a three-way between Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and Monster Hunter, but the winner was actually Disco Elysium. Now, I don't know much about this game because I have not seen any videos or anyone play it.
Neither
So
have I, so I'm just as surprised as you are.
I genuinely am more intrigued to go check out Disco Elysium now that it's like won an award or two. I don't know how many awards it actually won. Let's see if I caught. Oh,
I think
okay.
it's won like four game awards.
Actually, it won 5 awards.
Oh, 5 awards. Oh shit.
Yeah. So we'll get through all of the categories that it won for, but role playing game, it's definitely up there. And going through the next one, performance, individual performance for voice acting, motion, and/or performance capture. James, would you like to take this one?
Well, I don't really want to like spend like the next few kind of categories are not really ones to like spend too much time on, so I kind of just want to
All
go
right.
through
Do you want me to
them.
blast through them real quick?
Yeah, we'll just blast through them like saying the winners and all that. For performance,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of talented people, and don't get me wrong, and they all deserve awards themselves in their own rights because, performance and all that in video game is hard to do. It's hard to act in a video game and make it believable at the same time. So
Yes.
definitely good on all these nominees, but unfortunately Mads Mikkelsen won the award.
Unfortunately, fortunately, fortunately, if any of these guys won, I would have been like, "Good on you. You guys deserve this." Mads, for sure. I voted for him.
I
He
think I actually voted for him as well
Yeah.
because he don't like.
Unfortunately, I'm calling you out on some on some bad English right there.
Well, you know what? I'm not really all here, so it's okay.
It's
You
okay.
can call me out if you want. I'll call you out. It works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. But
But honestly, like with Mads Mikkelsen, he definitely deserves it. I'm not really too familiar with his work in Death Stranding, but his work in all the other stuff just definitely kind of swayed my opinion because he's a great actor and I love him.
exactly. According to my girlfriend, she like swears by Mads Mikkelsen being the winner for best performance out of Norman Reedus and Mads from Death Stranding. Like
Sorry,
according to
your mic cut out for a second. Say that again.
Oh joy, which part did it cut out at?
Start by saying she swears by.
She swears by Mads winning performance over Norman Reedus out of the two Death Stranding
Yeah,
nominees.
yeah, I agree. That's kind of why I chose Mads because I was like, yeah, Norman Reedus, nah, Mads is better.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Ongoing game. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Anyone want to take a guess who won?
Just take it down. Just take a gander. What's the most popular video game in the world right now?
Fortnite.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke, but you just went right into it. So yeah,
I mean,
Fortnite
go
won.
ahead. Go ahead. Say the joke.
Oh, I was gonna say that obviously it's Final Fantasy 14, most popular game in the world. Streamed all the
most
time, like nonstop. People won't shut up about it.
most popular RPG for sure. Absolutely. Fortnite, however.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I will. I mean, we
Honestly,
both will can admit that we used to play Fortnite.
it's enjoyable. I
It
can
it it
understand why people enjoy it.
it was enjoyable, but
Yeah.
it just after a while it just kind of got on my nerves, and I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why we both are glad for games like Apex Legends.
Yeah, boy. More focused on gunplay instead of building.
Yes.
Exactly. So, real quick, The next one is for outstanding storytelling and narrative. Disco Elysium won that
Won
for
that.
narrative. Uh,
Next
and
one
then
is going to be the multiplayer, best multiplayer game.
you want to take this? Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. You know what? We'll spend a little bit more time on this one. So, best multiplayer game was, of course, for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design. So, basically, if it's a good multiplayer game, it deserves an award, but only one can win. So, out of the
Mm,
nominees, we had Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare,
mm-hmm.
Apex Legends,
Nope.
Tetris 99, which I'm kind of surprised it got on there, but it is a multiplayer battle royale Tetris, so kind of counts.
Nope.
And then Tom Clancy's The Division 2. I've only played. Actually, I've played four of the. No, three of the five, because I haven't done Modern Warfare or Division 2.
I have not touched Division 2, but I have played Tetris 99, Apex, Call of Duty, and Borderlands 3. So,
And the winner for that category is Apex Legends.
hell yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I wanted. I think I even voted for Apex Legends. It's definitely a great multiplayer game for
Yeah,
sure.
I voted for Apex as well. Respawn, the team at Respawn, fully deserves all of the love that they got as far as the best multiplayer game.
And they also deserve love for Jedi Fallen Order as well, but that didn't
Hell
make
yeah.
it on. Actually, I don't think that made it on any of the Game Awards.
It was because it didn't release in time
Yeah,
for it to be considered. So,
that probably
yes.
explains why Smash Bros is on this year's Game Awards, because that didn't release before the cutoff. So,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
definitely Respawn has done a great job with Apex, and honestly, almost all of their games, they've done a great job. Respawn's just a great developer in general. I love all their games. So
Hell yeah.
I'm very glad that they won for Apex Legends, because I will admit that's the best battle royale on the market right now. Change my
Yep.
mind. Oh wait, you
Uh,
can't.
yep. Can't do it. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. All right. Next up, if you don't mind me continuing on, because I feel like at least the next two are real quick.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
real quick ones.
yeah. Mobile game. So best mobile game. Uh, Call of Duty Mobile. Shocking.
Trash.
Okay. All right.
Just
Radio.
internet trash.
Just all right. Best independent game. So indie game. Uh, Disco Elysium.
I wanted Untitled Goose Game to win, but we can't always get what we want.
That is very fair. I will say, side note on independent game. Uh, I believe this was the one that Reggie
Fils-Aimé.
Fils-Aimé, former Nintendo president.
Love that
He
guy.
he had one of the most touching speeches of the night. Honestly, like full disclosure, he had one of the most emotionally impactful speeches.
That's no
Surround like
surprise.
he's a beautiful man, and I just wanted to take that moment because Reggie, you're great.
He's a great man, and honestly, I feel like he's one of the people who work in games that can do no wrong. Because whenever I hear or see Reggie, I smile because he's such a great guy.
Yeah, he's a genuine nice guy. And games for impact. Do you want to hover on this because there's not really any games here that I know of personally. I haven't played any of them, but I feel like that's almost insulting because these are thought-provoking games or games with pro-social meanings
Well,
or
we
an
can't
impactful
play
message.
every single game that comes out, but if it made it onto this category, it kind of gives you a little bit of a hint that we should play these, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever get around to it. But for games for impact, the winner of that category, I can't remember how to say this name correctly, so I'm gonna butcher it.
Yep.
Grease, Grizz,
Chris.
Gris. Okay,
Yeah.
so that definitely that one for sure. But again, I don't know if we're gonna play these games. Who knows? we'll just have to see what the future holds.
Judging by visuals, it looks fucking beautiful. So it's worth
Yes.
it. So it's worth checking out. If
I think I've seen gameplay of it. It does look very beautiful.
yeah.
All right. So
Uh,
this is a category that we both can kind of do. Best game direction, awarded for
mhm.
outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
So uh, I agree. I fully 100% wholeheartedly agree with who won.
The
Cause
nominees for this category
all right.
are Control,
Yep.
Resident Evil 2, Death Stranding,
Yep.
Sekiro.
Shadows Die Twice.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Continuing.
And then not Outer Worlds, but Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
I always kind of get the two names confused. They're so similar, but that's
Honestly, I thought they were the same game for a little bit, but
you and me both, buddy.
all right.
But anyway, so those are nominees. The winner, which
Or
honestly should be no surprise, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Hideo Kojima, the legend himself.
If there's one thing that Hideo Kojima knows how to do, it's push game direction into a whole different direction.
Yep. And he did it with Death Stranding. So he deserves it. I fully agree with who won. Well done. Well done. I salute and applaud Hideo Kojima.
He's a visionary in his own right. Because we
Exactly.
may not be able to understand his thought process half the time, but dude knows how to make a game for
Hell
sure.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Trumps anybody working at Konami or Activision. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing shade at them. Oh,
Oof. Yikes. Fresh indie game. That's the next category.
presented by Subway.
Oh my
Can't
god, I
forget
forgot.
that. It's presented by Subway.
You can't really miss that. This is actually not for the game. It is for the studio that produced the game. And this one is pretty quick because this is yet another of the 5 awards that it won. It's Disco Elysium, and the company is Zam. Zam. It's ZA/UM.
I don't know actually how to pronounce that, so I would have pronounced it ZA/UM.
Yeah, but I would assume that you're supposed to say everything together, but
Yeah.
that's just me. This next one, I'm not so much of a fighty game because I get a little frustrated, but James, would you like to cover fighting games?
Hell yes, I would. Because I love me some fighting games. Am I the best at them? No. But I'm competent enough that I feel like I know what I'm doing. Until I get
Alright.
online and get, completely thrashed by, someone who's more pro than me. Anyways, that's a story for a different day. So, for Best Fighting Game, the nominees are Dead or Alive 6, Jump
Mhm.
Force,
Yep.
Smash Bros. Ultimate,
Excellent.
Mortal Kombat 11,
Yes.
and Samurai Showdown.
All right.
For this category, I voted for Mortal Kombat 11 because that game is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Microtransactions, all that, it can use a little bit of work. But all that aside, fantastic game. Definitely worth the time because it basically, like, the fighting mechanics and all that in the game, definitely the freshest we've seen from NetherRealm, and the story is kind of bonkers
Excellent.
because it deals with the infamous time travel concept.
Time travel.
But other than that, the winner for that category,
Surprising
Smash Bros.
everyone.
Ultimate. Smash Brothers winning. I really wouldn't call it a surprise because I mean it is hugely popular.
Well, yeah. I mean, I voted for Super Smash Brothers.
I don't know if it's more popular than Mortal Kombat. I don't know. I really wouldn't know. Personally, I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy, but I like both equally because they're both great, fantastic fighting games. But I'm definitely glad that Smash Brothers won over games like Dead or Alive 6 or Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
I think the most surprising one would be if Jump Force won, to be honest.
Yeah, if Jump Force won, that would be very surprising. But
That would
Smash
be
Bros. Winning, way to go.
way to
I've
go.
played plenty of it, and I love it. So,
I still need to get more game time into it because I haven't unlocked all the characters. Shame
ah,
me now if you want.
shame, shame, shame.
I'm sorry, I can't help it if Pokemon takes my life.
It's fine. Anyways,
Just
moving
but
on from that point, family game for the best game appropriate for family play. Uh,
they
Real
should have
quick,
called this. They should have called this best Nintendo family game because it's all Nintendo games.
it's just all Nintendo, but Nintendo has been known for making family games, family
Yeah,
oriented.
they're
So
they're more family related for sure.
exactly. Really quick, listing these off. Ring Fit Adventure. So that's that one with the weird ring controller that you can plug your Switch
God, that thing's so fucking
Joy Cons in there.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But Super Mario Maker 2,
Hell
Luigi's Mansion
yeah.
3, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. And the winner was Luigi's Mansion 3. And I feel like, yeah, it's kind of fitting. It looks definitely more like a fun kids game that the parents can pick up, and just like it's just like an hour of fun, real quick, and then you
Exactly.
send the kiddos to bed, and then I don't know, watch Game of Thrones or The Watchmen, whatever's big on TV currently or streaming service.
Well, I mean, you got the whole Disney Plus thing, so you got the Mandalorian. That's definitely big.
Mm-hmm.
Watchmen is definitely not
Kid friendly.
not kid friendly for sure. That is a hard R.
That's why I said send the kiddos to bed and then watch it.
I know.
Just send them to bed.
But getting back on topic, I'm
Yes.
not really familiar with the Luigi's Mansion games. I've never played them. They haven't really interested me.
Basically, it's Ghostbusters, but Luigi.
Yeah,
You just suck
exactly.
up
Yeah,
some ghosts.
trust me, I know about it. I've just never played them. But for this one, I think I voted for Mario Maker 2. I kind of can't remember because
Yep.
that's definitely a great family game. I actually like a couple months back, I actually sat down my cousin's kid and we actually played Mario Maker together. She is still a little youngin, so she didn't really, you know, grasp it too well. But we had some fun. We had a fun old time. But honestly, for this category, I would expect it either Mario Maker or Smash Bros to win. But again, Luigi's Mansion 3 winning it, good on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Nintendo. It's still Nintendo. Nintendo won. Basically, long story short, family game, no matter what would happen, Nintendo wins.
Exactly.
All right.
And yeah, that's definitely kind of a point I alluded to a little bit before we started talking about the topic.
Yep. But moving rapid fire through this next, like, I don't know how many, like, oh
Like
Jesus,
5 or 6 categories.
there's like six
There,
easily.
yeah, there's a bunch of esports stuff. I don't know if really kind of want to like cover it. The most the most interesting one's definitely either esports game of the year. So let's
Yeah.
just kind of skip to that.
I
So
mean,
esports,
I can list off like really quick because I know all of these teams pretty much, and I know the player and I know the hosts, and yeah, we can. I'll lift them off. Best esports team: G2 Esports for League of Legends. Esports player: Buja from Sentinels. He's the kid that won the Fortnite World Cup earlier this year.
that's good.
And esports host, I cannot say her name to fucking save my life. But SJOKZ. Best guess. Go. How do you pronounce it? Jocks? Jocks?
I
Yeah, just
definitely say, or it's either jocks or jokes.
okay. Either one.
I
Uh,
think yeah, because I think the S is silent. Because it'd be if you try to pronounce the S, it'd be like jokes.
Sharks.
Jokes.
Sharks.
Maybe that's it. Jokes.
Yeah.
Like jokes, but
Shocks. Shocks? Shocks?
jokes, potato, fucking
Okay.
potato.
Okay, we just did like a full 45 seconds of that. So we need to stop.
Yeah.
All right, back to what you were saying. The esports game of the year.
So basically, it's a category for which esports, game was the most loved. The winners, or not the winners, the nominees are Counter Strike, Global Offensive, so CS:GO,
Yep.
Dota 2,
Yep.
League of Legends,
Mm,
Fortnite,
eh.
and Overwatch. So it's all
Oh,
kind of games that you'd expect to
yeah.
be in the whole esports category. But the winner, to no one's, and I mean no one's surprise, League of Legends.
Oh, yeah. That's a
I don't
no.
know
That's a
how
no go.
that game remains so friggin' popular, but yeah, honestly, that it winning, no surprise whatsoever.
Yeah. And then esports event. So uh this is an award that recognizes a single event as the best, or it delivered a best of class experience for participants and was enjoyed by fans across the world. So the nominees were the 2019 Overwatch League Grand Finals, EVO, which is the fighting tournament, if I'm not
Evo.
mistaken. Evo. That's the
That
2019, of course.
yeah, it is a fighting tournament, so you are right.
Yeah. League of Legends World Championship, the Fortnite World Cup, IEM Katowice, which is the what is that? Rainbow Six? Yeah, that's the Rainbow Six tournament. And the international, which is I forget what that is, honestly. But the winner for the esports event, shocking nobody, League of Legends.
League of Legends, of course.
Again, just League of Legends.
All right.
And
So now, oh,
skipping the next one.
you want to skip
I
the?
don't.
Okay, yeah, we can just skip the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next one, because we skipped one,
Yeah.
but you're not really missing much. Content Creator of the Year. So basically, this
Oh
is an
boy.
award for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the industry. I
I
definitely
love
say that.
I love a lot of these people on this list.
Yeah, these guys have definitely made a positive impact for sure.
Yeah.
So for the nominees, we got Courage,
Yay.
Dr. Lupo,
Dr. Lupo.
Shroud.
Shroud.
These next two I don't know, so Ewok
Yep.
and Greg, 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 uh,
Grefg. Grefg.
Grefg.
Grefg. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know how to fucking say his name. Winner. And I'm gonna be honest. Looking at the nominees for this is definitely like a tough category to pick a winner for. But I'm glad that the winner for this category was Shroud.
Shroud. Mike.
Definitely deserves it.
Hell yeah, he does.
I'm not
Honestly,
really, Oh, you want to go?
honestly, I voted for Dr. Lupo simply because I love Dr. Lupo with all my heart. He does so much good charity work, but I am proud of the fact that Shroud won. That is all I
I
want to say.
think I voted for Shroud too. I'm not really familiar with most of these content creators. It was kind of like you and your friends and all that. They kind of got me into Shroud and watching some of Courage and Dr. Lupo. I kind of got more into Shroud because he is a really great player, but he seems like a great guy as well.
Just a
So
genuine
I'm
nice guy.
definitely exactly. So he definitely deserves it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and then the next category, which is
Community support.
best community, best community support, great community support, potato with however you want to do it.
Yep.
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. So basically, an active community, something that Fallout 76 would know. Boom!
Wow, you had to do it to him.
I'm sorry. I just had to. I couldn't hold it in any longer.
Just shred them. All right, who
Just
won?
can't go 5 minutes without roasting Fallout 76. Just kidding. So, the nominees for this category are Apex Legends,
Yep.
Final Fantasy XIV, Destiny 2, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
And the winner for this category, Destiny 2.
Good for you,
I'm
Bungie.
not really the Destiny guy here, but I know you are, Rose. So definitely give us your thoughts on community support for Destiny.
Honestly, I haven't touched Destiny in a little bit, but I will say, out of every game that is on this category, Bungie has been the best at responding pretty much within a week from their community feedback. It is one of the fastest like response time from community to creators. Like it goes hand in hand. And Bungie, creators of Halo, they just know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They've always known what they're doing. And yes, Destiny 2, it kind of, fell short on a release, but at this moment, it's free to play, and I know that Shadowkeep is like a $40 fee, but you get a bunch of content that you can play through, and its replayability. You can literally just sit and play for like 20, 30, 40 hours, and there's always something new to do. So, good on you, Bungie. Good on you, Destiny 2. Well done.
I know you tried getting me into Destiny. It's a great game. Like I can definitely see that. Yeah, like this is you can hours into because it is kind of like an MMO first person shooter basically. So it's definitely a game that has fun. And yes, the community support for it is definitely a lot better. Overall, just more supportive and understanding of its players and all that. It listens to their players' feedback and basically fine tunes the content and also patch and all that to their liking.
Exactly.
Basically, like they're for people. And Bungie, fun fact, Bungie used to be with Activision, but I think it was either earlier this year or sometime last year they actually split, and they actually took the Destiny basically IP with them. So the fact that they're doing this all on their own
And they partnered with
shows,
Steam, too.
and the
Fun
partner with
fact.
Steam too. Exactly, like the fact that they're doing this all on their own and still being able to maintain, an actual working game instead of like, basically splitting with their parent company and then falling short and all that. The fact that they're still standing shows.
Yeah, they are the strongest. James, you there? Uh-oh. I think I lost him.
Definitely glad that Fortnite didn't win it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
You cut out. You fully cut
yeah,
out right there.
you cut out too.
I was nervous. I was like, "Oh, he's gone." But all right, we're back.
Oh, oh no. The
What
next
happened?
category.
Oh, all right. You want me to do this? You want me to do this?
Try not to blow up too much with this one.
Okay.
But yes, I'll let you take it.
All right. Okay, so this is where my salt is going to come out. And I'm hoping that my microphone doesn't cut out during this because I'm going to talk a lot. More like vent. Yeah. It's audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. James, what do you think that means? Might I ask?
It means that when a game truly, basically transcends its audio and sound and basically fully immerses you into what you're playing and all that. So it basically livens and also helps the experience even more, so that you get more from the game, and it leaves a much longer impact on you.
Exactly. So, I'm going to read off the nominees. All right? The nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Now, I don't know about everyone here, because personally, my idea of audio design is exactly what James described. It immerses you in the world and allows you to feel the stress, the fear, the emotional impact of a scene for the entirety of the game, or even just, small segments that just leave a lasting impact on you for the rest of your life, or even just like the next 5 years. The winner for audio design pisses me off because Call of Duty Modern Warfare won. And I don't know about everyone else.
Ooh.
Thank you, thank you. I don't know about what everyone else feels, but what the fuck happened? Y'all missed the mark. I mean, yeah, Call of Duty is good. I get it. I get why Call of Duty is good, but yeah, the amount of times that I've heard streamers, not just people playing, streamers complain about audio cutting out in their headphones and even on their speakers for this game is absurd. And it allows it like takes my attention, and it's like, why did a game that is janky in terms of audio design, why did that win over something that honestly is better than anything that I've ever heard? Resident Evil.
Well,
I'm
not
sorry.
just
I'm biased. I'm biased.
yeah,
Resident Evil 2 is one of my
yeah.
favorite games of all time. And honest to God, the amount of fear that I still feel to this day when playing the game, when Mr. X is stomping around the fucking police station chasing after you, you actually want to shit a brick. That dude's footsteps you hear all across the police station. Do you know how hard it is to fucking design a sound to, like, you can actually pinpoint where Mr. X is? If he's a floor above you, if he is on the same floor as you, if he is 2 floors above you, you can still hear where he is. How did that not win? Explain to me using small words how the fuck Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. End of argument. I'm done. I'm done there. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, I agree with all your points and all that, because honestly, any other game in that category would have like made for an actual good winner, like Death Stranding, or
Yes.
even Gears 5 for that matter, or even Sekiro or Control. Like all these other categories, all these other games definitely would have been a much better contender for audio design. But I definitely like, not even being biased or anything, I definitely feel that Resident Evil 2 should have won, because that's definitely where audio and sound are needed the most, because it's a horror game, so it creates the atmosphere. And
Exactly.
when it comes to horror games, atmosphere and sound mean everything,
And
because
Resident
that's
Evil
how it.
killed it. They killed it. If, like, out of every game, out of every Resident Evil game that I've ever played, the remake for Resident Evil 2 hit me where it, like, where my soul was happiest with the audio design. Like, just, and yes, I am biased. I am fully biased towards Resident Evil 2. And this will bring me
Exactly.
to my past point, to my original point that I made at the very beginning of this podcast. And this continues throughout the rest of the categories that we're about to go through. Resident Evil 2 was robbed. Resident Evil 2 was fully robbed at the Game Awards, and I'm upset. I'm upset. That's all. That is all.
I definitely I understand where you're coming from. It definitely did get robbed. Like I fully agree. Again, I'm not biased, but yeah, there are some categories it should have won, but other ones did. This one is definitely the most what the fuck category win.
Yeah, I fully agree with it. So, moving on from audio design because it still makes me upset. What's the next one, James?
Let's talk about something that shouldn't make anyone upset. Best art direction.
Excellent. Art direction.
Presented by Samsung QLED.
Samsung.
Can't forget that. It's presented
TVs,
by
guys.
Samsung.
Buy those TVs.
Buy those TVs.
Go to Costco, buy a TV. Do it.
Buy 5 TVs even.
Holy fuck. Buy 7. No, 7 is the magic number. You buy 7 TVs, you gift them to your family, and you give them a gift receipt so they can return it.
Wow, that's how you just play Samsung. You're like, wow, we sold 17. What? The return? What the fuck?
No, you sold 7, but 6 were returned.
So they're just polarized. Like, what happened? Anyways, bit aside.
All right.
This category is for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. The nominees for this category are Death Stranding. Again, I'm gonna butcher this. Grease. Troll.
Yeah.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
And the winner is...
The winner is Control.
Honestly?
I'm not too familiar with the game, but I've seen gameplay. It definitely has great art direction, but I would have expected Death Stranding to win.
Yep, absolutely.
I feel like there's a lot of like the categories where it's like Death Stranding should have won that. They should have won that.
They could have won it, but they didn't. But moving quickly, because I feel like our audio is starting to cut out more and more, and I would like to wrap this up a little bit. We can skip the next one because we can just tie that into the final, the game of the year.
Oh, you want? Okay.
If you don't mind, because I think
a lot of the a bunch of the ones that are in this next category are in the game of the year. So yeah, you know what? Just
minus
we'll
2.
Just tie
minus
them together,
2 out of
exactly.
the action adventure game. But as far as action and adventure game, well, I'll list off the nominees, and I'm sure you will understand why we left the announcement for the winner until the end. So the nominees for action and adventure: Borderlands 3, Control, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, and The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
All right, so we'll hold off on the winner for that because we'll say the winner for this category is the same as Game of the Year.
Exactly.
So, skipping that, we now move into the second to last category, Best Action Game.
Yes.
So, best game action genre focused primarily on combat. The nominees for this category are Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Devil May Cry 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. The winner for this category, which should surprise no one with the amount of praise and hype this game has gotten this year, Devil May Cry 5.
Fucking Devil May Cry 5.
Out of all the games in this category, this one deserves it the most. I even voted for this one too.
I did too.
Out of all the games in this category, Devil May Cry 5 definitely gets best action game because that game is absolutely spectacular. There
Hell
is
spectacular.
there are three playable characters in that game, all different styles and all that. But once you get to learn everything from them, it's so satisfying. Especially with V. V is my favorite combat wise for Devil May Cry 5, but
I
it's
love V.
definitely phenomenal.
I love me some V. I love me some Dante. Nero, still tough, even to this day. Like I've played through this game so many times, and I've run the tower as well. Uh, Still one of my favorite characters has to be V. V is just so good.
His play style is definitely like the easiest to learn.
But it's so like it also has a difficulty to it. Like
Exactly. It's one of those easy to learn, hard to master kind of things.
exactly. But it's fun. Like one of the most fun combat driven games of this year. If you haven't played Devil May Cry
Honestly,
5,
like
please go play it. I'm
exactly.
begging.
Like out of all the games and categories we're talking about, Devil May Cry 5, I cannot recommend enough. Even like if it's like your first Devil May Cry game, I definitely suggest it because
Even
it
if
is
it's your
just
first one,
absolutely
you will love it. Like if you here here's also a side note for anyone that likes aesthetics of characters. Picture just three real sexy anime boys. Okay? All right? Picture that, picture that, picture that. I just sold it for you. There you go. Devil May Cry 5, go play it. I just shut down James real quick right there.
past games.
Pardon?
Oh, I said the gameplay for for V in Nero and Dante, like because Dante and Nero have appeared in past games,
Mm-hmm.
like definitely you'll get used to their kind of combat style, even if you play this and choose to go back to the other games, because it's kind of the same with them.
Yeah.
But anyways, now we move on
To the
to the
game of
big
the year.
category,
The big
game of the
category.
year.
Oh. All right. Do you want me to read these
Recon-
off?
Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. What are the nominees, my friend?
All right. The nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Resident Evil 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. And the winner for not just Game of the Year, but also Action Adventure Game is James. Please
Would
do
you
the
like me to
honors.
say it?
Do the honors.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Almost a disappointment, but I'm proud of the fact that, Sekiro won, and I understand that there are a lot of fans of Sekiro, judging by the fact that it won. But I hope that those fans recognize all of the hard work that went into each and every game that made it to the list of Game of the Year. I want from Software and Activision to really, you know, count their blessings that they won. That they
Exactly.
won.
I mean, every single game in this category definitely deserved a Game of the Year kind of award, but I think I voted for Death Stranding for this one.
You know where I voted. You know where I voted.
Yes, I know where you voted.
Hmm.
I kind of really wasn't expecting Sekiro to win because all the other games are definitely like they. I haven't played Sekiro, but I know the other games have kind of made more bigger impact than Sekiro because the other games are still either talked about or recommended. I have not had a single person in my life recommend me Sekiro,
Yeah, neither have I.
but I've had you recommend me Resident Evil 2. I didn't have anybody recommend me Smash because I was going to buy it.
Yep.
The Outer Worlds, that's kind of more made from the people that did Fallout, and I'm not really a fan of the Fallout series.
Yep. Fair enough.
And Control, I've kind of seen gameplay, but not really interested in it. But Death Stranding is one I might pick up later on. But
Absolutely.
Sekiro is kind of basically, it's made from the same people who've made Dark Souls, and it is basically like a Dark Souls game, more focused in Japan and all that. So that's kind of why I felt that Sekiro winning was definitely a polarizing and shocking kind of like win, because I didn't expect it. Like a Souls, it's not really like a Souls game, but it's made by the Souls people. So
Yeah. I didn't expect
just,
Resident Evil 2 to win. Okay, to be fair, I did not expect Resident Evil 2 to win. Honestly, I was expecting it to win audio design and at a stretch action adventure. But honestly, I fully expected Death Stranding to win. Like, my expectation was Death Stranding was going to win, even though I voted for Resident Evil. But the fact that Sekiro was the name that was called out, I was like watching it last night. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? Excuse me? Am I being pranked? Where are the cameras? Like,
yeah,
I felt like my leg got yanked. Like, oh. Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's definitely one of those like head scratching moments, because
Yeah.
but then again, like I wanted Death Stranding to win myself, but with how like the response from it has been, I feel like it wasn't going to, because it's been kind of like dividing people. So
Absolutely.
I definitely feel like it would have gone to Control or even Resident Evil or
Yeah.
Smash Bros for that matter. But
Absolutely.
it's just a weird decision. Like Sekiro, like a Souls game, a Souls type game, shall I say, gets Game of the Year, but really see anybody like mention or make videos about it and all that. Like it was kind of one of those games where when it came out, everyone's talking about it, but then like a month or two later, it just
Just vanished.
into wind, vanished.
Yeah. But
So for it to win Game of the Year is still just one of the most, I wouldn't say shocking, but definitely one of the most confusing decisions that the Game Awards has ever done.
exactly.
From choosing Call of Duty Modern Warfare for best audio design. But that's a discussion for another day. Before I give a friend of mine a brain aneurysm. But that's my goal, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, I like it. Wait. My mic was on? My mic was on?
Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Is it on?
But
Was it on when I yelled?
no, I didn't hear you yell.
Oh, okay, good. But
So also you yelled a profanity or something and it didn't catch it. But
good. Yeah, good. Final thoughts on the Game Awards from my perspective. Honestly, announcements wise, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed some of the announcements. I enjoyed some of the guests. I enjoyed the I guess the progression of the Game Awards, like how they presented it in a video format. But in terms of the actual awards, a couple of them I'm okay with. I'm disappointed in a good half of them.
yeah, there's on like I agree. Announcement wise, just kind of what I expected, but also some highlights in there as well. So that's definitely great. But
Yeah.
awards wise, out of all like the Game Award shows they've done, I definitely feel that this year's was kind of the worst. And out of the games they've chosen for awards, not nominees. Nominees like what I expected for nominees wise, but actually giving out awards. Like there's a bunch
I
of
know
awards
that
like
the
what?
I know that this is a community-driven award show, and I respect people's opinions. But from a personal perspective, kind of disappointed. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm excited for next year's games. Don't get me wrong. I know
Yeah.
I know for a fact, judging from if you can see my photo right now on the video, I'm hyped for a certain game. And I know, James, you're excited for another certain first-person shooter game that's coming out in
Yes,
2020. They got delayed.
yes. The photo that I have is not representing that game, but yes, Doom
It re-
Eternal.
it
I
represents enough.
It represents enough, and I'm already going to say it on this podcast. Doom Eternal, get the year 2020, make it happen.
Absolutely. I will fight you for Resident Evil 3 if it gets nominated, but if Resi 3 does not get nominated, Doom Eternal for 2020. Doom Eternal Game
I
of the Year
feel like
2020. Make
I
it
feel like if
happen.
it comes down to that, if RE3 doesn't get nominated for Game of the Year, that's when you're just going to bring the claws out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's
Because
when
come
you're
on.
going to start going after people.
Come on. Capcom is going so hard with Resi. Like, Capcom is going so hard with Resident Evil, and I just can't stop gushing about it. Capcom,
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing, because I will always love Resident Evil, as long as you make sure Paul W.S. Anderson never makes another fucking movie ever again. Don't make
And
it.
also
Don't let that happen.
don't make another Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6 wasn't that bad. It was just Chris. It was just like everything past Leon's campaign was bad. It was like, Leon carries a game. Okay, let's try and make it. Let's try another game. Brings out Resident Evil 6. Oh, look, Leon's here. Oh, look, there's 2 other chapters of a campaign where we don't play as Leon. They're not as great as that one. They're not as great as the first chapter. Can we just do the first chapter, but like have that be the entire game? Thanks. Yeah,
To be the entire game.
yeah. Just make Leon the primary character for the entirety of the game. Thanks. That's good. Anyways,
That being, rant aside, and that being said, we've kind of, gone a little longer than I would have expected. So it's time for us to leave. But
yeah, this has been a week in
gaming.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, to end it off, your wig got snatched, bitch. Goodbye. Get out.